And that is the silent grief that you have to carry when you still love the avoidant partner who discarded you.
Welcome to Lost Girl Therapy. Let's talk about avoidant attachment and what happens when an avoidant leaves you. So definitely go back and watch the entirety of that video. She does a beautiful job of explaining what happens when we begin to mourn somebody who is just gone, despite the fact that we loved them, we cared about them, we showed affection towards them, and then we have this abundance of emotion towards them that we're not able to put anywhere. And one of the things about avoidant attachment, anxious attachment, that kind of combination, especially in romantic relationships, is that with avoidance, anxious tend to give them a bunch of things. We pour ourselves out into the avoidant. Remember the characteristics of an avoidant. They tend to be blank slates. They tend to not feel their own feelings. They tend to kind of just present as easygoing with a little bit of a like, oh, there's more under the surface that we just can't see yet. For an anxiously attached individual, what that really stirs up in us is that sensation of, oh my God, I want to know more. And I'm going to put all of my effort into uncovering what they're not showing me. This can be done through active questions, but more often than not, it's done through showing care for them. It's done through showing up for them in such an intense manner. We say, okay, I am going to be everything that they need. I'm going to make them feel safe. I am going to show them love and care and affection. And over time, what we begin to see is that they might not be able to match our energy. And when that happens, that's where we get that disconnect. That's where we see the avoidant begin to pull away and the anxious begin to become either clingier, or perhaps they also pull away if they're disorganized and say, you know what, this is not a healthy dynamic. When the relationship has been broken, whether it is a long-term relationship, a situationship, even a crush, the nervous system of the anxious person needs to recalibrate back to themselves. All of that time that we put into showing care and affection towards the avoidant really means that we were not listening to our own signals. We were attuning to them. We were creating safety. We were telling ourselves we are safe with them more so than we are with ourselves. So when the avoidant stimulation is gone, we now need to tune back in and say, okay, did I meet my needs? Does my nervous system feel safe and grounded? Do I actually feel whole within myself? Because we've been producing a ton of emotions and a ton of care for somebody else, we now have an overabundance of feelings within our own bodies and within our own minds. Now we have to find room for them within ourselves. We've gotten so used to sharing them outward that we basically have to I liken it to organizing a house. We need to find space within our home to put all of the things that we've produced and have them find a place that feels grounded, calm, and safe. One of the ways to do this is a journaling prompt. I love to do journal prompts about the things I shared with somebody. So you can write a letter to them, or you can write a letter to yourself that says, when I was with this partner, these are all of the things that I brought to the table. And then ask how they apply back to you. You're going to notice that there is a sensation of grief. You might even feel depths of sadness, or perhaps even anger and resentment. But then ask how you can take all of the skills, all of the emotions that you produced, and turn them into something that benefits you in your day-to-day. The second thing that you can do is a grounding practice. Now, you can do this by standing outside, putting your feet in grass. Might be a little tricky in the winter. Using a grounding mat, or doing a grounding meditation. All three of those are essentially the same tactic of putting yourself back into your body and taking stock of how you are producing emotions, what direction they want to go in, whether they want to go inward or outward, and then encouraging your body to produce more space for safety and emotional processing that only benefits you and does not only benefit a partner.